Hello students, I am Rajashri ma'am here with the second part of the story The Canterville Ghost. Listen to this explanation very carefully because its language is a little bit difficult somewhere with long sentences, but it will help you to develop your English. So let's start with the story. For a moment the Canterville Ghost stood quiet, motionless in natural indignation. Then, dashing the bottle violently upon the polished floor, he fled down the corridor, uttering hollow groans and emitting a ghastly green light. The ghost was awestruck by the behavior of Mr. Otis because, as you have seen, he was not at all frightened by the ghost. Rather, he offered a bottle of lubricant to him. Now the ghost started feeling insulted as it was the first time when somebody had not got afraid of him. So, then dashing the bottle violently upon the polished floor, he fled down the corridor, uttering hollow groans and emitting a ghastly green light. And he dashed the bottle, that means flung the bottle with a great force on the floor and started groaning. Groaning means to make a deep inarticulate sound and in despair or in pain, and he fled to the corridor. Just however, as he reached the top of the great oak staircase, a door was flung open. Two little white robed figures appeared, and a large pillow whizzed past his head. There was evidently no time to be lost. So, hastily adopting the fourth dimension of space as a means of escape, he vanished through the wainscoting, and the house became quite quiet. And again he was surprised when he had reached the oak staircase. Oak, you know, is a tall tree, and the staircase was made with the wood of oak tree, and a door had been flung open, and he was struck by two large pillows, by two little figures. They flung pillows in the air, which gone past his head. There was evidently no time, and he had to. He himself became so much frightened that he had to escape from there, adopting fourth dimension of space. That means fourth dimension means nowhere, where only ghost can access, and he vanished to the wainscoting. Once wainscoting is the wooden paneling, and the house became quite quiet. There are two kinds of quiet. One is QUITE, that means almost, and QUIET, that means silent or calm. On reaching a small secret chamber in the left wing, he leaned up against a moonbeam to recover his breath and began to try and realize his position. When he came to the secret chamber in the left wing, he leaned up against a moonbeam. Here you see he was a ghost and has no solid body, and that is why he was leaning against a moonbeam, which has also no solid body. Otherwise, a human being only can lean against a wall or pillar or something like that, and began to try and realize his position, and had started thinking about himself, what he is actually. Now, never in a brilliant and uninterrupted career of 300 years had he been so grossly insulted. He had never been insulted so much in his 300 years. In 300 years, he thought of the Dowager Duchess, whom he had frightened into a fit as she stood before the glass in her lace and diamonds, of the four housemaids who had gone into hysterics when he merely grinned at them through the curtains in one of the spare bedrooms of the rector of the parish, whose candle he had blown out as he was coming late one night from the library, and who had been under the care of Sir William Gull, and of old Madame de Tremouille, who, having wakened up one morning early and seen a skeleton seated in an armchair by the fire reading her diary, had been confined to her bed for 6 weeks with an attack of brain fever. Here, this is a long sentence where there are series of incidents when the ghost had scared different people. And first, he thought about the Dowager Duchess, whom he had frightened when she was standing before the mirror in her beautiful dress and ornaments. Second was the four housemaids who had gone hysteric or mad in fear when he had just grinned at them. And grin means silent laughter through the curtains. Third incident was the rector of parish, who got frightened when his candle had blown out when he was coming from the library. Last one was the Madame de Tremouaille, who saw a skeleton was reading her diary in an armchair when she woke up early in the morning. She had suffered from a brain fever for 6 weeks due to this terrible shock. So here are the series of incidents and which has been described in a long sentence. He remembered again there is another incident. He remembered the terrible night when the wicked Lord Canterville was found choking in his dressing room with the knave of diamonds halfway down his throat, and confessed that he had cheated Charles James Fox out of £50,000 at Crockford's by means of that very card, and swore that the ghost had made him swallow it. Here the Lord Canterville himself was frightened by that ghost, and because he was a wicked man, and he cheated Charles James Fox out of £50,000 by the card Knave of Diamond. This is the name of a card. And Knave of Diamond, he had cheated him, and that is why he had been forced to swallow that card by the ghost and got choked by that card. So these are the ghastly thing he had done in his career of 300 years. Here are two short questions. Where did the ghost go to recover his breath? The ghost went to recover his breath in the secret chamber in the left wing and leaned up against a moonbeam. Second one is, what had Madame de Tremouaille seen? Madame de Tremouaille seen a skeleton was reading her diary in an armchair by the fire. All his great achievements came back to him again. First, the ghost had become so much perplexed, so much surprised by the courage of Mr. Otis. But then again he started thinking about his past achievements and he became enthusiastic again. And here the author has made some humor by comparing the ghost with an artist. He is a true artist. He went over his most celebrated performances and smiled bitterly to himself as he recalled to mind his last appearance as Red Reuben, his debut as Gone Gibeon, and the furore he had excited one lovely June evening by playing 9 pins with his own bones upon the lawn tennis ground. Here he was thinking about the incident, his debut. Debut means it is not debut, this is debut. Debut means the first performance. And he started his performance by being Gone Gibeon, the bloodsucker of Bexley Moor. He became the character of Gone Gibeon and made so much excitement in the audience. Furore means the excitement or outbreak of public excitement. By playing 9 pins with his own bones. 9 pin, this is a kind of game where the balls are thrown to the skittles. Games of skittles using 9 pins and play in an alley. So he played 9 pins with his own bones, and everyone became so much scared. And after all this, some wretched modern Americans were to come and offer him the Rising Sun lubricator and throw pillows at his head. And then again he became outraged by thinking that he had done so many things, gallant things in his life, and this Americans are mocking him by offering rising sun lubricator and throwing pillows at his head. It was quite unbearable. It became very much intolerable to him. Besides, no ghost in history had ever been treated in this manner. Accordingly, he determined to have vengeance and remained till daylight in an attitude of deep thought. And he started thinking of taking revenge. Vengeance means to take revenge. And he started planning about an vengeance and remained till daylight in an attitude of deep thought. And till the daybreak, he was in a deep thought. That means in the rest of the night. So this is the line by line explanation of this story, and I will upload the question answers in the description part within 1 or 2 days. So keep eye on this channel, and so goodbye students. Thanks for watching my channel.